Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Nicola Valley Talk, a product of Experience Nicola Valley program, broadcasting from my childhood room in my parents' house, practicing self-isolation. Nicola Valley Talk Show is broadcasted every Thursday on our Nicola Valley Facebook page, 7 p.m. Pacific time. I am your host, Tania Stewart, as well as a eco blogger for Experience Nicola Valley. Tonight, I am very excited about our guest tonight, Derlanda Hewton, who many will know from the Nicola Valley Food Bank here in Merritt, BC. So let us begin and welcome to the Nicola Valley Talk, Derlanda Hewton. Welcome, Derlanda, to Nicola Valley Talk. So great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, Derlanda, please provide us with a snapshot of yourself, a bio sort of, if you could.
I absolutely. I grew up here in the Nicola Valley. I moved here when I was 8 years old. I went to Nicola Camford School and graduated from MSS. And I went away, came back, went away, came back. And in 2012, I find myself being back in Merritt for good. Well, for the time being. I love
But
it
you love
here.
Merritt.
I love it here.
Oh, that's great. And we love having you here, that's for sure. So, Derlanda, could you provide with our listeners the background of how you became involved with Nicola Valley Food Bank? What led you on this amazing path that you have been leading for a while?
In 2012, I had some life altering events happen, and I found myself back in Merritt. And then it took me a little bit of time to get my situation sorted out. But in 2016, I was able to go to Work BC, and they told me that a position had opened up for the food bank for a client advocate, and I applied, and the rest is history. I've been there ever since. So 2016 was the year that I became involved with the food bank.
I mean, we all, at least I myself, realize that, we know what time, what exactly is the time that the food bank is open for patrons to come?
We're open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays between 10 and 1 for food distribution.
Okay. Okay, Derlanda, please provide with our listeners exactly what the food bank is and on the average of percent of our community that has need of it and how many people are using it on a monthly average?
From January 1st, 2020, we have serviced over 5,700 clients. That is a duplicated amount, but for each week, a client can come in and get a weekly top up and a hamper once a month. So our numbers have really increased in the past few months over what it was in 2019. But we have the food to give. We've been working really closely with Food Banks BC, Food Banks Canada, the Vancouver Food Bank, the Kamloops Food Bank, Community Good Food. They've been great supporters of ours so that we've been able to keep up with the demand of food that needs to go out our doors.
Derlanda, could you please provide with to me and explain to me, and not just me, but our listeners on the food comes in and how quickly the food can go out. I mean, I was fortunate to have a little tour the other week, going there, and I was amazed at how much food was there, but how quickly that food goes out. Can you explain that to us?
Sure. So let's give you an example. We were helping the school district by providing anywhere from 94 to 100 food boxes per week.
100 hampers.
$100 per hamper. That's what we're giving out, is about $100 worth of food in a hamper for a family. And we were giving out 100 hampers in a week. Even the boxes of vegetables, it would still accumulate to be $100.
Mhm.
And now the school district has stopped for the summer. We're just hoping that those families that they were reaching will reach out to us to continue on, because if there was a need then, there's a need now.
Mhm. Well, totally. And if there was a need then, and there totally is a need now, and on the average, Derlanda, like I know you have your set hours that you're supposed to work, but how much overtime do you do, and what kind of hours are you putting in for our Nicola Valley Food Bank?
I am putting in close, I'm over 40. It's a
Oh,
constant need. Yeah, it's and I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it because I don't want anybody in the valley hungry.
do you know what I found really interesting, Derlanda, was when I was able to visit the food bank the other week. I was amazed at the eggs. Okay, for one thing,
Hmm.
and I was amazed, which I don't know, like I might be a simpleton and don't understand these things, but the diapers.
Yes.
Do, never have thought of diapers. Like to donate diapers. Like I never ever. I have donated knitted baby hats and baby warmers and stuff like that before, but never would I think of diapers. And another thing I noticed was pet food.
Yes.
And do you get a lot of donations from for pet food?
We do. We have a great support from Walmart. They provide us with our pet food. I do have a relationship with the SPCA in Kamloops to ensure that all the pets are being looked after as well. And so we actually just picked up a donation from them yesterday to make sure we were running low on cat food. So we don't want anybody hungry. We don't want anybody hungry. We even have fish food. Yeah,
I was going to ask bird food too.
yeah. You bet. At times,
Aw,
if we have it to give, we give.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I mean, most families, I mean, raising, and I mean, things come, hardship comes to everybody at
it
one
does.
point in their life. And to never forget that, because I mean, you could go from having everything to having nothing. And then when you have animals, what do? You need those animals fed too, because they're
Mhm.
your baby's best friend. And so they need to be taken care of also, right?
That's
And
right.
tell me, Darlinda, tell everyone about the basement. The basement has been.
Oh, the dungeon, the dungeon as it was once known as. We had Wasim and Edwin, who are two superstars at the food bank. They went in and and Daniel, when he was able to volunteer as well. They went in and cleared it all out. They took so many buckets of dirt out of there. They, oh, what they've done down there is just remarkable. And we have a lot of space in there now. We've got the shelving put in, and we're going to be able to actually, I did cancel our storage. So we're going to be saving some money that way, because we can now get everything into our basement. So yeah, it just a whole ton of space for us to be able to. However, we still need more space. We are needing to uh, look for a different building that's going to be more sufficient or efficient for us.
Well,
Yeah,
more space means more donations, more food that can be stored, right? And
that's
more
right.
getting it out
Yeah,
and recycling, no, recircling. That's it.
right.
In and out. Right.
And we are zero waste as well. So anything that any product that we get that we cannot have our clients consume, it goes to farmers in the area. So we are doing a zero waste program all the way around. We're very proud of what we've accomplished in the past few years here. Yeah.
And another thing I have to note too is the amount of coolers and the refrigerators and deep freezers that are in, and the newly updated store, or I guess it's not a store, but the food bank, and how nice it is and efficient. Like you're saying, Eddie Feldman there, like how he knows every place and where to go, and like do
Yeah.
going around and grabbing things,
Yeah.
and and how did that come about? When did that come about?
I really don't know. I just blinked and it was being done. It
Yeah.
was we we had to do something. We weren't being able to do what we needed to do, and with COVID especially, with the 100 additional
Mm-hmm.
hampers coming from them, we needed to figure things out, and we did it. And as a team,
Mm-hmm.
we came flying through with it. Was wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so proud of
Unity.
my team. Yep, so proud of them. I'm so honored to be working with each and every one of them, whether it's a paid employee or a volunteer. The volunteers, they, I'm just so honored because they don't have to be there,
Mm-hmm.
and I just appreciate. And this year we're finding a whole new diversity of our volunteers because uh, a lot of seniors or high school students have
Mm-hmm.
come and wanted to volunteer. So that's starting to come about, and I'm very honored. I think once things, COVID has really, I won't lie to you, it's really put on a lot of stress. We've tried to do our best to come through it with flying colors, but it hasn't been easy. And sometimes it gets a little bit tense, but I'm so happy that everybody understands what we're going through. The social distancing is just it's been a challenge, but hopefully we're on the tail end of it. We're finally getting it all together as to what we need to do to make sure that everybody's safe and to make sure that everybody's full. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome work, Derlanda. And
Well, thank you.
and to all the volunteers and to all the workers and to everyone. And great to see community unity. To
Oh,
me, it's like unity within the community, which leads me on to, could you give a little background on this amazing man, young man, Darius Sam, and what he did for the food bank?
absolutely. I don't want to take away from Darius because
Mm-hmm.
he has been just amazing, but I do want to recognize, if I could, just
Yep.
that. Okay, thank you. We have great community support from all of our grocery stores, the Walmart, Extra Foods, Save On Foods, Pet Value, everybody. It's just amazing. Like, we couldn't do it without you guys, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. So thank you. You make us, so I appreciate that. In regards to Darius, ah, what an exceptional young man he is. I am so proud and I'm so honored to have been um, part of his journey, and we are so, it has changed us forever. It's going to be able to, no matter, there's extra money there for us now, or like a cushion, but the choices that we have for what we can do with it is going to be like a new building, or
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're comfortable right now because, as I said, we're getting the donations in for the food. We have the grants coming in for the food. We need a new building. We are in dire need of that. And I think this young man just helped us. There's grants that will they'll match what we have in the bank.
Mhm.
So what he's just done for us is priceless,
Amazing.
absolutely priceless, amazing. I'm often asked what I think, what he like what are my thoughts about what he did for us, and I can never come up with the words. I just can't. I just bring it, puts me to tears. I'm so thrilled of what he's done, and for him to be so young and have the empathy of a at his young age to want to do this for people is just amazing.
Amazing.
Isn't enough. It's not enough to say that word.
Tears speak volumes, right? And emotion speaks volumes. And I truly believe that him doing this for a community and everything, and also with you doing what you're doing. I mean, I know personally, and I have seen you work, and I've seen what you have done, and I've heard your stories, and you have done like, I mean, you're amazing. You know what you have been doing, and your all your volunteers. Again, I cannot say enough about that, and the work that goes into and to doing all this, and many not being paid, right? Like, I mean, and the COVID, which leads me on to the COVID. You guys stayed open through the whole COVID, right?
We did.
Were your
Yeah.
hours the same?
The hours were the same. Um, we added hours because we had to go to Vancouver to pick up product. Things like that behind the scenes. But we started doing deliveries for those that were shut in or quarantining or whatever the correct phrase is this day and age. But um, when I first started, we were giving out 2 bags of groceries or of food items. Right now, we're giving people are walking out with 5 bags. Yeah, we've been able to give our clients a lot more than what they're normally used to pre-COVID.
So they're getting more nutrients, more the what is it, the four or five groups, food groups, or five? I
Yeah.
can't remember. Is it
Well,
four?
I think
Changes
they
all the
changed it.
time.
Yeah, that's right. We are
Is
proud to
chocolate
be.
on that?
No, no, no.
Oh,
Sorry. uh,
no.
we are very proud to be part of Community Good Food, and it's an
Yeah.
organization in Canada that wants to promote more healthy choices, and I think we've been able to do that a lot more so with our funding that we've received that from them over COVID. And United Way gave us money to make sure that the seniors
Oh,
have nutritional.
oh.
Yeah, so we've been buying Ensure and extra uh, vegetables for them as well. So whenever they come through our doors, we make sure that they get that. So yeah, building relationships with all the other community organizations out there that um, can help us. Um, we just need to kind of go in the direction of where food banks are going, right? It's food banks have changed over the years.
Hmm.
And so now we just kind of have to take a little bit of a turn and just go with the way that Food Banks Canada and Food Banks BC would like us to go and make sure that everybody's fed. And yeah,
Yes, it will happen. It's just a matter of when, right? It's
yeah,
steps all the time. You're always
that's
taking
right.
those steps. And then you get that mountain over with, and then, oh my gosh, here's another one, right? And
Yeah,
you're
that's
always
right.
working. And thank goodness that people like you are working in these establishments. Bravo.
Oh, there's a lot of us out there. There's a lot of us out there. So
Yeah,
we're just doing what we can to make it a little bit easier for others. So
for everyone.
that's what our goal is. And um, yeah. So if I may as well, I know that we're just probably just about out of time.
Okay.
Um, if that's okay with you, taking over your show.
Go
But
ahead.
it's that time of year for us that we're looking for new memberships. So if anybody out there would like to show their support for the food bank, please get in contact with us. It's $5 a year for the year, and we would really appreciate your support by you becoming a member from or for the food bank. And this would help us if we go for grants. They quite often ask us how many people are supporting us, and it would really help us out to have our numbers up. So yeah, we would really appreciate that. If you would like to become a member, just get in contact with me.
Awesome. And I'm sure
Thank you.
people will be getting in contact with you. So I want to ask you one more question there, Linda.
Okay.
So could you please tell our listeners why you live and love our beautiful Nicola Valley, Merritt, BC, here in Canada?
Oh my gosh, what is there not to love about the Nicola Valley? We have rivers running through. We have a lake a day as long as you stay. That's our motto, right? It's just a beautiful area to live. I'm in the Lower Nicola, and I love the neighbors. I love the community, the people. I absolutely love everything about Nicola Valley. And I must say, when I was living prior to 2012, before I moved here, I loved New Westminster where I lived. But I am so glad that my life took me back to this location because I'm happy to be home. It's my home. I love it.
Oh, thank you, Derlinda. And I'm sure there's many, many people that can attest to having you here and loving you being here also.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Derlinda. Is there any last words or anything before I let you go?
I just would like to just say again that how proud I am to be working with a great team of volunteers. You guys are amazing, and I want to say thank you to all of our donators. You guys have been amazing to us as well. You go above and beyond by your donations that you give to us, and we are so thankful, and our clients are so thankful. We're just so blessed that you guys think of us when you donate, whether it's your money, your time, or your product. We thank you.
So thank you again, Derlinda,
Oh,
and have a good night.
our pleasure. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Good night.
You're welcome. Good night. Well, there you have it. Derlinda Hewton from the Nicola Valley Food Bank. What an amazing woman. Again, I would like to thank Darlinda for this great interview and being a guest on Nicola Valley Talk. And again, Nicola Valley Talk is broadcasted every Thursday, and it's always broadcasted at 7 p.m. Pacific time on Experience Nicola Valley Facebook page. Okay, some people think that they can just go on their own Facebook page and it'll come up. It has to be, you need to go onto Experience Nicola Valley Facebook to watch. And again, since I am an eco blogger, I shout out to everyone to do the 4 R's and follow the 4 R's. It's reuse, recycle, rethink, and redo. Okay, thank you very much, and everyone have a good night. Bye.